Pippa and Thomas move into their first apartment together in Montreal and discover that their windows look directly into the apartment across the street, where a man with a professional studio is taking photographs of a woman. Pippa and Thomas watch as the couple have sex, but stop at Pippa's insistence. They jokingly give their neighbors pseudo-names, Margot and Brent. Pippa, a trainee optometrist at L'Optique, receives a bird feeder from her boss as a housewarming gift and buys a pair of binoculars to watch the couple. They often see Brent having sex with models while Margot is out. Pippa and Thomas learn how to use a laser pointer to listen in on another room. When Brent and Margot throw a Halloween costume party, Pippa and Thomas sneak in and plant a mirror in the apartment. When Margot confronts Brent about his adultery, Brent assaults her and convinces her that her suspicions are unfounded. Margot, whose real name is Julia, visits L'Optique and receives an eye exam from Pippa. She invites Pippa to hang out, but Thomas insists she stop spying on the neighbors. Later, Pippa and Julia meet at a spa, and Julia reveals that her husband is Sebastian, a well-known photographer. Pippa sees Seb having a threesome. She then discovers how to access Julia and Seb's wireless printer, which she uses to anonymously expose Seb's infidelities to Julia. Thomas confronts Pippa about being invested in Julia and Seb's lives, but Pippa apologizes and promises to stop watching the neighbors. However, they then see Seb discover Julia's body in the bathroom, and Thomas blames Pippa for Julia's death and breaks up with her. Pippa follows Seb to a nearby pub and they have sex. Upon returning home, Thomas consumes a drink Pippa left in the refrigerator and notices Pippa having sex with Seb across the street. The next morning, Pippa finds Thomas dead in their apartment, having apparently hanged himself. Pippa and Ari go to Seb's exhibition, which turns out to be a collaboration with Julia, who is alive. Pippa and Thomas are revealed to be the subjects of the exhibition, and Seb and Julia reveal that they own the apartment rented by Pippa and Thomas. Pippa storms off and decides to move out of the apartment, but notices dead birds on a grate below her bird feeder. Seb and Julia return home to find a bottle of wine by their door. Pippa sends a message to their printer that she knows they killed Thomas. She then leads them into L'Optique, where she deduces that Julia poisoned Thomas's drink and staged his suicide. She also spikes their wine, causing Julia and Seb to faint. Pippa uses a LASIK machine to burn their corneas. A new couple has moved into Pippa and Thomas's former apartment, observing Seb and Julia, who are now blind. Pippa watches them from the rooftop, leaving her binoculars behind. Thanks for watching. To catch all the latest from us, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as a new video drops. We'll see you in the next one.